Okay. At this moment, we're live. So, welcome everyone in the live chats, and of course, those of you on the panel. We currently have Steve-O, Neil, John, Ook,
Howdy.
and Blarg, and we
Howdy,
may be
everybody.
getting Orange Unit in at some point. I'm not sure if he's definitely going to come on. So we'll have a fairly full house. And the topic today, as you may have seen on the notes to the show, is about the Nobel Peace Prize winner from 2025, which we all know is Donald Trump. And
Way.
because, and so we'll discuss how he got it and how it is a complete embarrassment to the United States that the president of the United States has a picture where he's smiling like a little boy after getting a prize that he doesn't deserve and that isn't officially recognized. So that'll be the topic. So let's. And we have. He's offline. Apatheist, which I think we can go by Serge just to make it easier to
Yeah.
refer to him. I think he has a complex setup and it doesn't always seem to work very well. Um, but we'll start off with a little humor from John. What cars do eggs drive? A Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
I thought that was a shell of a good joke.
And Tuna Man had given us, what does Jesus do on his vacations? Loaves and fishes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of catch up with some of these other ones. Why is it
thought
bad
he'd
to
just come down.
iron a four-leaf clover? Because you should never press your luck. That's a good one.
With
Look at the
with
others.
Jesus on his holidays, I thought it was just he'd just hang out. What else are you going to do?
Okay, it took me a second to catch that, but I did.
Hey,
Nailed
Bud.
Oh, Craig said it cracked him up.
Yeah.
John.
Nice.
Did you
We
miss
guys-
the water blood?
Sorry,
Did
what's
you
that?
catch any? Did you catch any of the flooding?
There's rain everywhere, so I think there's very few towns in Queensland that didn't get a bit of it. Actually, did people see the amazing footage of the flash flood down in
Great
was
Ocean
it
Road.
Great Ocean Road?
Yeah.
Wow, it swept through a caravan park, like a holiday sort of park, and washed caravans and cars out to sea.
Wow.
And there's a whole pile of them. I'll find a little bit of footage so I can show it. But it is, something you just holy crap sort of moment. But yeah, we've been getting some pretty amazing floods and fires and heat waves and cyclones, and it's been hectic in Australia.
Basically, Queensland and the Northern Territory have been flooded. People are dropping dead in Sydney from 47 to 45 degree heat continuously, and Victoria's on fire. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, but good to know your high house didn't get mucked
Yeah,
around.
nothing in that part. It wasn't as close as it turned out.
Yeah, our place is 20 metres above the Coolangatta River. So it's got to fucking rain a lot for this place we're in now to even get a slightly damp footing on it. I was worried you were going to fly back to Brisbane and not be able to go north.
For the most part, planes fly higher than floods.
Yeah, but trying to land.
Sometimes I know. I couldn't leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, damn, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was a good one. One by
Oh,
one.
That's pretty cool.
you all remember the Bondi shooting and how they promised to change the gun laws in Australia?
Yeah.
Nerf guns are now a prohibited firearm.
Okay, that's maybe a
Nerf?
little. That
What?
might be a
Yeah.
little ridiculous there.
It's, yeah.
The act hasn't passed though, because
No,
they
it's still
decided to
tabled.
put they decided to try and put too much in one act, and then it got canned, and so they got to go back and split it into two pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
But
put
yeah,
the
Well, I mean,
discrimination in
it's
one.
just. I mean, it's astounding that there's actually any movement whatsoever because within the U.S. nothing would have been happening at all. There would have been no movement.
There'd be a lot of talk,
Yeah.
but no action.
Yeah,
they've
the thing is, mass shootings in Australia are so incredibly rare that the whole thoughts and prayers. Now's not the time to talk about it. Thing that does not work here because it's decades. It's a decade till the next one. So yeah, the last anything like this was Port Arthur. Shit, when was that? 90s?
30 years ago.
Yeah, long time since that anything even remotely like this current one. So yeah, we don't tend to be able to sit back and say, oh no, we can't use that stupid excuse. It's too soon to be talking about it. It'd be just a knee jerk. And you go, yeah, do the knee jerk.
And then fix it later. But yeah, Nerf guns. Paintball was already under the Restricted Firearms Act.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, but Nerf guns?
What, they're gonna
Yeah,
put an
that
eye out?
seems. Yeah,
In one of the little subsections, they're completely banned any sort of, and they used tactical accessories. So if you go around with a molly vest on, that's tactical. Yeah, it's weird. If you go around with a helmet with a face shield, not a motorbike helmet, but the law enforcement type helmet, that's illegal. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I mean, it may be the idea is that when you leave an opening, it allows for let's say you can
yeah.
sort of fake your way into making a real gun look like a Nerf gun or
Yeah.
paintball gun.
Yeah, airsoft is right. It's right out the window. It's one of those things. Any competent machinist can follow a plan and make a firearm. Simple as that. And once you've set the computer in the lathe and milling machine, the human only has to stand back and make sure nothing goes drastically wrong. And
Yeah, but
within a
I
week,
think just to be fair about that is I we know we can't or we shouldn't expect a perfect law, right? We can't 100% prevent things, so there's ways around it,
There
but
always is ways.
yeah, but putting enough of a limitation is what's going to give you bulk of the benefits. Now,
Yeah.
I think you can make an argument that some of the things that you're talking about, Ook, seems more too severe without giving like enough of a benefit as a
It's not
trade-off.
quite. It's not quite as you put it though, because it's not Nerf guns per se or toy guns per se. It's guns that look like real guns. That's the thing. So
Okay.
a Nerf gun
Yeah.
that looks like a real gun will be illegal, but one that looks stupid and nothing like a real gun, go your hardest. Just so
Right.
long as people aren't going to be, mistaking it for an actual weapon being carried in public. So that's the point where
It's
the
to try and help, try and stop police accidentally killing someone who's running down the street with a Nerf gun.
And
It's
that's
that
happened,
thing
by
of,
the way, in the
I think
oh
U.S.,
we've
yeah,
had
right,
those.
where
Yeah,
the
We've had
police
those
kill some
laws since
kid.
the 90s.
yeah, that was what in Cleveland.
the
Yeah,
was
it's
the let me guess, the kid was a person of color.
Yes.
yeah, I think so.
Wow, that's a surprise.
it's one of those strange things in Australia where no one in all the shooting associations, no one's getting really upset about the proposed laws. What they want is a royal commission, sort of like what's the equivalent in America? A Senate or
Yeah,
a
congressional.
federal inquiry.
Yeah, except
Um,
royal commissions are a little different because they essentially assign usually a retired judge, and it's taken out of the parliament. So it's not done by the politicians. The politicians have other bloody jobs to do rather than this stupid shit. They got to do the governing of the country, and so it's an actual judge who does this sort of thing, and they run the thing with an enormous budget. Usually, royal commissions are expensive to run because they usually
yeah,
last like a year or more, and call hundreds of witnesses and
and you
have
can't just
have
plead the
dozens of lawyers working. So yeah, they're big things, and the government has been resistant a bit to it, but they have decided yes, they are going to do it. So Albo said, yeah, we'll do that.
yeah. At
So
least
this is in Minneapolis, where there's a lot of these ICE protests going on, and I guess it's open carry is allowed. Somehow, when this guy is just sitting there doing an open carry, the MAGA has a fit. But when you have some white couple carrying almost the exact same gun and even brandishing it, somehow it's Second Amendment. So there is kind of a selectiveness amongst the MAGA in terms of what the Second
Now, Q,
Amendment
are you
means.
suggesting that there might be racial undertones to how MAGA enforces the
Wait,
law?
I didn't mention color. I didn't mention color. So
I will say, if I was a cop walking past the guy, I would say, trigger discipline, please. He's got his finger with a trigger guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
dangerous.
is
Yeah,
it?
that's
So
one
that
thing you
picture
never
should come
do.
with a trigger warning?
Yeah. But
But if you got a
hey,
special plea for an exception to the rule, you got to provide rational justification for it. I mean, like you said, color has nothing to do with it, but at the same time, they're getting triggered over this. So, WTF, honestly.
yeah, I,
Yeah.
in a situation like that, I don't know whether I'd conceal carry or open carry. Um, both are dangerous, but I can't work out which one presents more danger.
I mean, the danger is to that person
Yeah,
carrying
it's
that
to the
arm.
person with the firearm. Yeah,
You
Yeah,
take the
because they're
responsibility of
definitely
it.
going to they're definitely going to uh, shoot and ask questions later.
yes, it's weird.
Like,
What was the original topic? Oh, the Peace Prize. Yes.
yeah, we kind of went off on a tangent again.
Didn't
Yeah,
FIFA, the World Soccer Federation, give him a
yeah, it's weird. He
prize at
already
some
won a
point?
prize, but now he's got another prize. And let's see if I can. Where is this? I'm trying to show it here, but share this content. Where am I? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so here is a picture of Machado sharing her Nobel Peace Prize and giving him the prize. And just look at his face. It is so embarrassing. he looks like a little toddler who
That's
was
it.
just throwing a fit, and his mommy gave him a lollipop, and now he's all happy because now he has a lollipop. I mean, it is
Did you
literally
hear
embarrassing.
the Nobel Committee's response?
No, I haven't yet.
I know that they've said, and they're very, and even before this they were very clear that it's not possible to transfer the prize, because I think Machado had actually reached out to them to try to get this done. But yeah, so what did they say specifically?
That basically they said many Nobel Prizes medallions have been passed on to various people, and we can't control that. We can control the list of those who have been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize,
Yeah.
Yep.
and that will never change.
Yeah.
They're basically, you
They
know,
said,
saying that
yeah, it's
we don't consider Donald Trump to have won the Nobel Peace Prize
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. They came out and said the
because he
Nobel Peace
can't
Prize
say
is
it.
not transferable and it's not revocable. Once it's awarded, and
Yeah,
to the person it is, and that is never changing. That's how it's been since the beginning, and it will never change. And that's apparently the first time in Nobel Prize history that they've actually put out such a statement. They thought about it thought it so important to say, yes, this clown does not have a Nobel Prize. The man who's invading other countries and wants to blow up the most successful treaty basically in history for preventing war. What a freaking clown!
Here's
But keep in
another
mind,
prize that
Oh, there it is.
Trump
That's
has
it.
won.
he's doing it for the noble oil, so at least he's got a good reason.
Yeah.
football will be here 2017. That's good.
Oh, and also he won Miss Venezuela, Miss Teen
Oh.
Venezuela, I should say. So he's winning prizes left and right. I mean, this is what is embarrassing about it, right? Because it is such a ridiculous thing, that it is easy to just make fun of him for stuff like this.
It's so pathetic.
Most fascist dictator of the US award.
Well,
Pretty sure
the
there's a
one that
reason.
he, what is that?
Uh, Pretty sure there's a reason. While set oh my gosh, the TV series of oh, Sausage Party. There,
Oh.
Sausage Party. They depicted Trump's likeness as an orange, and they called him Orange Julius, as in
Nice.
reference to Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, Orange Julius is a drink, is an actual drink.
It is. Yeah.
FYI.
Oh no, I definitely know that. But the creator of the show, he made the reference because the character on that show, depicted as an orange, wanted to assert his dominance as, I'm smart, I'm better than all of you, I know exactly what I'm doing.
I like Tuna Man's joke here. What is the fastest way to get Trump to change a light bulb? Tell them Obama installed it.
Yeesh.
That'll definitely do it.
That one hard.
um, and then another one from Tuna Man. Difference between chickpea and kidney. Donald Trump has never paid to have a kidney. Oh, I've actually heard this one before. Yeah, I can't imagine what this must look like from the outside when they see some of the things that are going on that ICE is doing. There's one where some kid, I think he was 21 years old, and he had a megaphone, and they basically shot him in the eye, and he's now permanently blind in that one eye. He wasn't. I mean, he was just protesting. He was, exercising his freedom of speech, and it was just brutal the way they treated him. Even after shooting him in the eye, they were just like dragging him.
Well, it was the same with the woman who was shot in the face. Go,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm a doctor. No, you can't come near. And then they blocked the ambulance and blocked any access to the vehicle until, like for something like 15 minutes. And you go, well, that may well be murder as well, or at least one of the unlawful death things. By there are laws that say you cannot prevent someone giving help and to it, and you're required to actually do that. You're required to render assistance. Did they render
Yeah.
assistance? No, they walled the place off and told everyone that they couldn't go anywhere near it.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of assistance.
yeah. It looks like Orange is in the comments. He apparently didn't have any trouble finding the live comments. Can you imagine?
Well, that's
Oh, really?
an
Of
interesting thing.
course
Yeah,
not.
it's really weird. He didn't like waste his time looking for some link. He was able to come right into the live chats, and he was able to say, "Hey, I'm here," and I was able to tell him, "Hey, I gave you a link to the speaker." And who is this? Oh, is this who is sharing this?
Blarg.
Okay.
Yeah, he's showing us about the flooding that happened somewhere nearby
Oh wow.
where he lived at.
Sorry, this is the Great Ocean Road. So I was just going to pop up a couple of these sort of flooding sort of scenes that we've got. Not too bad. Where's these here cars washed out to sea. It's
Wow.
yeah, just through this little town. They got in US terms something like 7 inches in 5 hours of rain just in this little area, and yeah, they had caravans and cars being washed down the river. Yeah, car, but what I'm failing to spot is the like here's a bunch of like cars smashed into the bridge that's nearby. It was just insane. Some of the bits and pieces of yeah, like a car out to sea. Its lights
Its
on.
lights are on, so wow.
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely insane. It's just not something that you ever see. It's so
Well, yeah. It's rare. Like I remember a couple months ago when I did my stream on Hurricane Katrina during the 20th anniversary. Similar,
yeah,
similar. You know, you see a lot of
yeah,
Yeah, but the
damage.
difference is this one is in the southern hemisphere.
yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
So
halfway across the
yeah.
world and on the other side of the world.
What is that?
What was happening is because all of so that is a guy being winched down to so it's like a policeman being winched down from a helicopter to check on these vehicles that are out in the water, see if anyone's in them. So all of these vehicles that got washed down, they had to put people down there to try and see if there were people or bodies inside, or anything that they could do. Did anyone need rescuing down in there? So and there were dozens of cars. So it was an absolute flood through. Yeah, this is just as it's sort of starting to come through this caravan park, and there were people sort of talking about like the little kid comes and knocks on and goes, "Mommy, mommy, there's water in the caravan," and look out, and it's starting to rush through. And like, yeah, what do we do? Just get the hell out of there. So
All
That's
right.
the
It looks like we have Orange on. Can you hear us?
Let's see. I sure can. Can you hear me?
All right. Yep. Perfect. Oh wow.
Oh, sweet.
Are you on a PC or on a laptop? Is
Yeah,
that
I'm on
why
a
it's working?
PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I'm
Yeah.
not at my usual home computer, so I'm at a work
Yeah. No.
computer.
No. It's just
Yeah.
that people who try to connect via a mobile have had a lot of issues. So
Yeah.
especially with this many people. So glad you had access to
Woohoo. I,
actually have a PC and to join us.
yeah.
And
Hi, everybody. Nice
How
to
you
see
doing,
you.
Hi.
Orange?
I
Hey.
think
Hi,
most of
Dr.
us.
Nick.
Hello.
And by the way, Orange, I mean,
Hi,
we've had
everybody.
people asking about you, so I'm
Oh,
glad you're here to be able to uh, essentially represent the other side. You'll be the lone person, and here's also another trophy or prize that that Trump has won.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was listening to
uh,
your thing on that.
but yeah, you can definitely defend Trump on this, right?
No.
Hey!
No. Oh, heavens
no no
no.
no same
By the
person
way,
should.
he was given, I don't know who that is, but someone encased in carbonite by Jabba the Hutt,
Yeah.
another prize.
Uh,
I just want to point out how much I love. Hey, you're going to be able to defend Trump and his behaviors, right? Dot dot dot. No,
No,
No. No, 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 no.
no.
that was
Well, just to shed some light on my position, I'm neither for nor against Trump. I'm not for, I'm not against ICE. I'm not for or against anything of a political thing. So I'm kind of in a neutral thing. So I kind of get a nice, better field of view, I think. I think I have a better view of what things are going on, possibly, maybe, because I don't take sides in anything. So I love sharing my views. If anybody sees my snarky replies on Twitter, you'll know I'm just all about sharing my perspective on things. Is, I see the good on both sides. I see the bad on both sides. I see, Democrats and Republicans doing amazing things. I see both sides doing really, really crappy stuff. So I think I bring a good, fresh perspective here, possibly because I'm maybe a little different than everybody else here, where they're strong on one side or the other. If that makes any sense.
Like, yeah, this is a bit
well, no,
feels a bit
but
like
by the way,
same
I mean,
thing the
you
Nazis
say
and
you're
Brexit. It's like those are two very different. It's no
Yeah,
similarity here.
I agree. So I appreciate you having me on because I love your show. I love your program. I catch it when I can, and sometimes I tune in. I only have a few minutes, and it's like, oh, you guys are not talking about me. Then it must be a boring program. So then I just move on.
You know what?
what?
That's fair.
Not trolling hard enough.
Oh, come on. But in the end, we're one family, right? We're one big family. We love each other. We give each other a verbal big hug right now. So if things get passionate later on, hey, I'm all for that. I love passion. I love people expressing their views. I'm going to do it. You're going to do it. So let's do it.
Well, I mean, the thing is that you are already one up on a lot of the trolls that we see on the YouTube comments, because when I, actually challenged them to come and directly challenge me, they pretty much run away, whereas you are actually coming and seeking us out.
Yeah.
We have someone who claims that we don't want him on because we're not hand holding him to come on to our show, and that's why we were commenting that you had no trouble coming on the live chats and saying, "Hey, I'm here," because
Yeah.
the other person somehow that's apparently really hard on an iPhone. So,
And
Oh,
but anyway,
he's been going on about how he demands an apology first before he comes on.
oh, geez.
Now, because
Yeah, but
of how thin his skin is. Actually, the reality is he doesn't want to come on because he knows he's going to be humiliated again, and but his ego can't take it. So
That's sad.
but here's the
poor
here's
little
the part
Florida
that I
boy.
find that here's the part that I find curious about that, because he says he can't get on because there's no link, but then he says he can get on if he's given an apology. So which is it?
It can't be both. Well, you got me, and that's the most important thing. So,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I do want to point
And
out, Oren, that I do appreciate you coming back on. I know
oh,
I give
yeah.
you a hard time when you're here, but
Oh,
it's
I wouldn't expect anything less.
and Orange, I refuse to give you an apology for last time. So
Well, no, wait a minute. I want an apology from you, Matt. No, I'm just
well, I'm sorry, you're not going to get it.
I demand an apology for not giving me an apology.
yeah.
So
And then we go on and on and on, infinite regrets and all that good stuff.
All right,
Oh,
So
man.
the
so
fourth
Orange, I
country.
mean, you don't feel you can defend Trump's position on this, but what is your position on Trump getting the Nobel? Or he obviously didn't get it, but kind of strong
Right.
arming Machado to giving it to him.
Oh, I hadn't heard it.
Or actually, do you think that's an unfair assessment?
If I was in Trump's position, I would not have accepted it. I probably would have made a big production about it that this woman from Venezuela wants to give me her prize. I would have had her maybe on a live broadcast, and I also would have made it clear to the nation that she won it fair and square, and that she should keep it. I think that would be the honorable position to do, and not take that one thing that she worked really hard to get. It was hers to give, so I mean, there's that. It's hers. She can do with whatever she wants. I mean, she could put it in a bookshelf, or put it in the bonfire, or give it to Trump. I mean, it's just hers. Uh, I am a little disappointed that Trump accepted it. But hey, I think that
Wait, but so you think that Machado did this because she wanted to?
I have no reason to believe otherwise, unless you know something I don't know. But
So before she did anything, after the Venezuelan whatever the incident, he specifically said that
Exactly.
she doesn't have the support. He actually like literally downplayed her, and made it seem like she's not going to be part of any of whatever he's arranging
yeah,
for
Trump says a lot of
Venezuela.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
of course
Trump
he
says a lot
says
of
that
crap,
stuff,
and yeah,
but people listen, and she listened, and she
yeah.
knew that she needed to do this because this was like a sticking point for him, that he did not win this Peace Prize, and she did. And so for her, this is essentially what she had to do in order to get in his good grace.
It's a
Well,
bribe,
she's not a U.S. citizen, though, is she? I mean, what
but
does
it's
she have
still a
to?
bribe
It
Well, what does
is.
she get out of it?
She
I mean,
gets
to rule Venezuela.
She gets Venezuela.
oh,
Yeah, I think the one thing that a lot of folks don't really appreciate is how much influence, even on the global stage, not so much Trump, but the president of the United States, because we are the world's superpower, because we are such an economic powerhouse, in the global markets. When the president says something, the rest of the world takes it very seriously because they have to. So when he's talking about Venezuela, she heard what he had to say and thought, "This is what I need to do to placate this guy." But you do understand just how much influence the president and America has on the globe. You do understand that, right?
And by the way,
for
it
sure,
is this
for sure.
the kind of things that he's saying is that it's a shame that you have such a beautiful country. It's a shame that if you don't get a chance to govern in it, because I think you winning the Nobel Peace Prize is an affront to me, an insult to me, because I'm the one who deserve it. So he's not directly saying anything, but he is pretty much making it clear what he wants. And he wanted her to give her that Nobel Peace Prize. And it was only because that the Nobel Committee didn't allow for her to transfer the prize that this is all he gets.
Well, let me put it this way. I think Trump is right about 99% of issues. I don't think he's right on this one.
Oh, come on, 99%.
Yeah, okay, 99.5% then.
Oh, even
So
double
you
down.
are looking for that 600% discount on your drug prices, right?
Oh, thinkers don't have to take
that's
any-
the kind of math that we are talking about here, right?
I probably
600%
should-
discount.
I probably should be taking drugs, but I'm not at the present
You-
time.
you-
so-
Can I just add that
Did you see what Trump did in response to the Europeans' rather united front against not letting him have Greenland? He put up
Yeah.
tariffs
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so
against
yes,
every
that's
country
right.
that sent.
okay,
It was-
so he's
yeah.
right.
So,
Okay, so he does
know-
knock down a couple pegs in my book. Okay, so he's 95% right on everything, 5% wrong. Okay, so the Greenland thing, I don't support that whatsoever.
I try to find something he's ever been right on.
I will say one
but I-
thing.
There's something he's been
Right,
right
go ahead,
on.
Ook, go ahead. Ook,
he's-
go ahead.
Yeah,
He's
Hold on.
right on
Um,
ice. Oh, sorry.
Orange really hit the nail on the head there. If he had done the honourable thing and said, had a ceremony, no, thank you, and handed it back,
That
not
would have been
only
big.
that would have been honourable and fantastic.
The
but
reward
it
that
would
Trump,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he would have done it.
Trump would have gotten
Well,
a much bigger reward.
Yeah, he would have. He would be parades. Oh, look at our president. He's so honourable. I don't know how his mind has missed that golden opportunity.
He is a narcissist. I don't deny that. I still love him. I love him to death, but he is a narcissist. There's no question. I still
It's-
love
Love
him.
most about him.
He's an entertainer. I mean, I just love. I mean, who can't? I mean, let's like really super hate him, like really super hate him. How can you not watch him like give these speeches and just not laugh your ass off throughout the whole thing? So I mean,
Well, so the thing
Like
is that
watching
the
a train wreck.
presidency of the United States is in some entertainment position.
he,
right?
he told everybody that's what he's going to do. He's told everybody he's not going to run it like a politician. He's going to run it like a businessman, and he's straight up from day one.
No, he's
Anything-
not.
He's a
He's not
terrible
running it as a
businessman.
businessman. He's
Well,
running it as an entertainer.
Well, and keep in mind the president doesn't even really run the country to begin with. I mean, he tries to, but I mean, no president has ever really had the control that the people perceive the president to have. So he's a figurehead. He's the face of the country. He's not.
Wait,
in
so
control
the
of
figurehead,
law.
the figurehead caused the bombing of Venezuela and loss of civilian lives?
Well, who knows what goes on behind the scenes? I mean, is the president in control, or is the president a puppet master for people who are in control? I don't know. Do you know that answer? Because I don't know that answer. I know that the president will oftentimes have an agenda. He'll appoint people to the cabinet that share his same beliefs, but I don't think a president, in any president. I mean, we got a system of checks and balances. Well, not we, but the United States has a system of checks and
No,
balances.
we don't. No, we don't. Not anymore.
Right?
Supposed
Yeah.
to be.
Currently, we do not, because all three
Solid.
branches of the government are in a line with this so-called figurehead, and they're letting him run roughshod through every single aspect of what has been held to be political and social norms up to this point. Your figurehead abducted a foreign leader. Now, was he a bad guy? Sure. But that doesn't mean that you get to go in the middle of the night and just abduct him and then later say, well, we're running this country now. That's an act of war that your figurehead did.
By the way, some idiot on the YouTube comments is now going to say that you defended a dictator.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
And by the way, I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
Oh, I know.
They literally, and this is for Orange's benefit, they
Yes.
literally will say
Yeah,
that
they did.
because John said, I don't defend him because he's a dictator, they'll literally say he defended him.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
stupid.
okay.
Stupid trolling.
Okay, regarding getting the leader of Venezuela, okay, I'm going to change my percentage now. 92%. He's 92% right on everything.
Okay, we're working on it.
I do want to
We're
point
working
out,
on
we
it.
started out at 99, so we're going to the
have you got one thing he was right about? Just one, anything.
But
Okay.
just
Wait,
one,
wait,
please.
before we do that, in regard to the figurehead point, so here is what Trump said.
My own morality.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
this
there's
was when
one
he was
thing.
asked if there's
There's
anything,
one
any
thing.
limit
My
to
own.
his power.
Yeah, there's one thing. My own morality, my own mind. It's the only thing that can stop. And
The only constraint.
Yeah, so he
Oh,
is saying that the only constraint
Yeah.
to his power is his own morality, his own
Well,
mind.
well,
He has no morality.
This is an
I'm telling
adjudicated
you.
rapist
it's
who
a
is
narcissistic. That one commenter that said I'm defending the dictator. I'm not defending anybody. I mean, I've already called him a narcissist, and I'll say it again. I mean, he is. But there's still, and you want one thing that he's done that I think is pretty good. I mean, we could go into quite a few different things, but most recently, I think that getting the scamolians out of Minneapolis is a good start. I think the attention that was
what?
brought to that, yes, the
The
scamolians.
what?
You know who those are?
No.
It's a poor man to scammers and Somalians. That's what he said.
Yeah, it's a conjunction.
So you're not saying that all Somalians in Minneapolis are scammers, right?
Well, I'm referring to the scamolians. So the Somalians who are scamming, which there's apparently a lot of them,
And apparently there were investigations into them even
Apparently.
before Trump got into the office, right?
Why
Well,
wouldn't
that's
just the
too
police
bad.
do it?
Well, then how come Nick Shirley had exposed, and he continues? I mean, all the time he continues to expose.
You're not seriously.
Wait.
using-
By the way,
And-
Nick Shirley
and-
Shirley went to Ukraine and showed that there was no bombing
Oh, you're
and
just
showed
deflecting.
all these cars, and
Oh,
he
you're
said,
deflecting.
"Look, our money is going to a fake war. Nothing happening." And
No,
then
no,
when
you're
he got
deflecting.
called out, then he showed the video
But-
that showed all the bombing and all the air
but-
raids and all that stuff.
But it doesn't
So
change. the fact-
you're referring to him, the scammer who went into and I don't know what country
You're
he's from, so I
deflecting.
can't say. But he went into a place where they're not going to let some strange guy into a daycare, and he
Well, you're
used that. He used that as the evidence to say that there's a scam when he could have actually found real scam and showed it for real. But
Yeah, he
he
did.
went and just used that to just kind of rile up the base.
No. I mean, you already know he's uncovered a major problem in Minneapolis. You already know it. You don't need me to convince you that. He went
No,
to
it was already the problem
no,
was
you
already
do need
in
to.
investigation.
Well,
I
then
thought
how come there's
Biden
still ongoing
was the one
billions
who-
and billions of dollars going to these agencies?
There was
that-
already FBI investigations
started
Like
under
he-
Biden.
Well,
under
still-
Biden.
Well,
All he did was just bring it to national news.
no. This runs way deeper than that. Do you actually listen to like his podcast? Do you listen to his programs? Do you see where he's going? Where he pulls up the paperwork? There's 18 daycare centers registered to one address, and that one address is somebody's house. They go to that house and they're like, "No, I never heard of this."
Wait, are you saying that before he uncovered all the scam, that no one knew that there was a scam, there were scams going on? A lot of these scams started with the
yes.
COVID stuff, the thing that Trump started.
Here's what you're missing, though. A lot of people did know about it, but the people who could have stopped it were getting kickbacks. You already know that. You already know that. The people in power in Minneapolis, this whole thing is getting blown wide open. The whole thing is getting exposed. The proof, the evidence is out there. It's not even a dispute anymore. It's not even at a point where it's like
By the way, no one is disputing that there are scams there. And by the way, the ringleader, you call the scamalians, but the ringleader is some white woman.
Yeah.
But apparently there's Somalians, right? So
No, there's a lot of white people involved too, but the reason why ICE went in there is because so much attention got to this that Trump couldn't just ignore it anymore, right? Because Nick Shirley did this expose, it traveled throughout the world, days and days and days and days
So
went
you
by.
suggesting that he was ignoring it?
Well,
He
Trump
said
was
he
ignoring
couldn't
this.
So
ignore
he
it
did an expose on something that was already known.
Yeah, Trump was ignoring that whole thing for quite some time, and then eventually just got too big of a story. He
So
couldn't
he was
ignore it anymore.
complicit.
He had to get involved. He had to. The public pressure was way too intense. The story got too big. From when Nick Shirley published that first video that went crazy.
So wait,
when
so you're
Trump-
saying that
That's not
instead of
ICE
you're
need
saying
to be
that
part of that. Just let the FBI
exactly.
do their
No,
job.
no. Look
Why
at the,
ICE?
The job is
Why ICE?
hold on.
he has his own
A whole
Department of Justice to investigate such things.
yeah, and then
Just
7
let
years
the
later.
government.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait.
7 years
I'm
later,
so-
the DOJ.
Orange,
You
I'm
know how
having-
slow.
Alternatively, you
Orange.
you put ICE people in there, and then they stomp all over the evidence, break a heap of people's
it's just
constitutional rights, and then get the cases thrown out because the evidence that they get their hands on is fruit of the poison tree.
No, it's pretty straightforward. The DOJ can't
stupid
possibly
shit.
move fast enough. The DOJ never moves fast enough. It takes them years to do investigations and do
If you
indictments.
move faster,
Grand jury
get
subpoena.
stuff thrown away. It
So-
gets thrown out.
But you have to
You
realize.
wait, Orange. Do you understand the implication of ICE going in and just mucking everything up for
been
future actual prosecution?
They've been doing this kind of thing for decades. They're pros at it. The problem is
What?
Of course, they've been doing this for decades. You
Wait,
act
who's
like ICE,
what?
You're acting like everybody acts like ICE has never existed before until like 2 weeks
No,
ago.
you're saying
all
that
of a
ICE.
sudden,
You're
ICE-
wait. You're saying that ICE is an expert in prosecuting fraud.
I never said that. No,
But
ICE is
you
an
said
expert
that
of going in and getting-
but ICE was sent for the fraud, right? Not to just trample on people's rights. It's because of the frauds, right? That Nick Shirley discovered. That's why ICE was sent. That's what
How
you
does
said.
No. How does ICE get information to do any type of raid? I mean, they're not a new organization. They've been around for decades, right? They've been around a long time. They don't just go in and be judge, jury, and executioner. They get information.
Yeah,
from-
they-
Whoa, wait! Are you serious?
Well,
They just
exactly what they've been doing.
last week.
they're
They just
executioner,
executed a woman because they judged her to be a fleeing felon.
but they're not judge, jury, and executioner. So
Yes,
whoever
they
is
are. They've
Where they
executed
at?
They
Yeah.
judged her.
they may
They executed a woman.
That's what they
and they execute
what they're
search
doing.
warrants. They execute search warrants. They execute all kinds of raids. They execute all kinds of things.
They
black
execute
people-
moms.
Hold on. They're one of the three. They're not. I'm saying they're not all three. They're not judge, jury, and
They
executioner.
execute
Yeah.
children, students,
who's
you name it. They execute anyone.
Who's
They
the
have been
judge?
judge, jury, and executioner. They've judged people to be fleeing felons.
Where-
They've
where
executed
do they-
them.
Where do they get
They've
the
judged
intel?
people to be legal immigrants and members of MS-13 and
But where do they get their
carted them
intel?
off to CCOT
But you're but where
without
do they
it
get the
going
intel?
through it.
You're not answering my
That is-
question. You're not
That's
answering
every
my question.
part of
What
judge,
is
jury,
your-
and
what is your
execution.
question?
Stop. Where are they getting their intel? When they go to an address to do a raid, to arrest somebody and send them out of the country, they didn't just randomly pick numbers out of a hat, right, and go to that address. Somebody gave them direction. No, just answer my question.
No, come on.
No, you
I
come
mean,
on.
No, you're right.
No,
You're
no.
right.
Wait.
The racist
In
next
Minneapolis, ICE is walking around looking at some guy pumping gas, and because he's brown, they'll go and say, "Hey, show me your papers." That's not getting us from some intelligence that this guy is an illegal immigrant. They're just walking around randomly choosing people because
There
of the
was
way they
the-
look.
There was
Yeah.
also that guy who drove past an
That's
ICE
been happening.
an ICE vehicle, looked at them, and then looked away. And that person jumped in their vehicle, chased the guy down, and rammed him with their car
You act
for
like that's,
looking at them.
see, the
That's
media,
it. That's the probable cause he had. Someone looked at him.
but you're acting like this is the first time in human history this has ever happened. Trump's a bad man because it's no. ICE
No,
is
but
looking
this
at-
is not once or twice. This has been
Germany
like
is
numerous.
previously,
Going
wasn't
on
it?
for decades. It's been going on for decades. It's just only now it's getting media attention because there's powerful people who Trump's
Okay,
pissed off,
so
and he's
yeah,
telling everybody,
let me ask you a very simple question.
take your cameras out and record everything that's going on, put it on social media. You got the governor, Tim Walz, telling people to get into harm's way, start filming this stuff. Let's build a catalog, right? He's saying build a catalog of all this stuff
the
going
opposite.
on. Okay, I'll take your question, though.
Exactly the opposite. He said,
he
"Don't
No, he said
obey the law."
2 days ago, he specifically said, get your cameras out and film this. We want to start building a catalog. Those are his exact words. He told
That is not saying get in harm's way.
He's been throwing gas on the
He
fire.
needs to catalogue them breaking the law.
He's been
So
throwing
someone
gas.
filming
Listen
is
to me.
putting them in harm's way. If
He's
that's
been
the case,
throwing
then it's
Okay,
gas
all right, you guys, wait. Okay,
on the fire.
let's stop here. I'm just going to show this. Okay, this is from CNN.
Can you clarify what exactly that means? Do American citizens, as of now, need to carry their passports or other immigration documents to show that they're citizens?
I am so glad you asked this question because I think that there's a lot of confusion there about this. We have incredibly targeted immigration enforcement operations. So what's happening there is reasonable suspicion. If somebody is in the vicinity of this operation, of this target, then they could be asked for their identification. We've been vindicated by the Supreme Court, September of 2025. You all saw a case out of Los Angeles where they said we can use a reasonable suspicion. I think I've seen a lot on this network and other places where they're talking about this is racially based. Absolutely not. Racial animus is no place in DHS and is, of course, not used. We're using what is protected under the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. All right, let's.
So what she said is that they're using reasonable suspicion for these arrests. However, the Fourth Amendment requires probable cause, which is a very different standard. But she's literally admitting that they're just like reasonable suspicion. This guy looks suspicious. I can stop him and ask him for his papers. It's actually not supported by the Fourth Amendment. So they are literally admitting that they're not being compliant to the Fourth Amendment when they go and just stop these people.
You know, every administration and every agency has their flaws, no exceptions. The only thing is the media sensationalizes it to such an extent that they blow it way out of proportion. Yes, has that happened on occasion? Yes, for sure. And is it right? No, I personally don't believe it is, but I think the greater good is being accomplished at this point, and that's what we need to look at. Yes, there's going to be some United States citizens that get caught in the dragnet. That will be dealt with. That sucks. But you know what? There's people who were judged guilty that are on death row right now. There's thousands of people on death row.
The problem is it's not once or twice. Did you see this? Do you see this?
Yep.
So this guy is just pointing a gun straight at a person who is not threatening at all. They're just standing there, and it's part of a protest. Just put out a gun, point it at the head. So this is happening over and over, all over Minneapolis.
Yeah. So you know what? People need to stay the hell home. Let ICE go in and get those scamolians.
Wait. Do you understand? Do you understand what freedom means? Do you understand what freedom means?
Of course, they have the freedom to stand.
Really?
They also have the freedom to stay home and not be in that position.
Oh
too.
my God! Oh my God!
Do. What's wrong with that?
So,
They have the freedom to do what the state tells them to do.
Do you know why? Hold on. Do you know why an ICE agent has not pulled out a gun on my head recently? Do you want to know why? Because I'm not stupid enough to go into those situations in the first place.
So do you know about a woman who was driving with a baby in her backyard and she ran into something that was happening? She wasn't going anywhere except home. She got stopped. They threw a flashbang into her car. Her baby stopped breathing. She did nothing. She wasn't agitating.
Flashbang and tear gas.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Never heard anything about that.
It caused all of the airbags to deploy in
Well,
her
because
vehicle.
you're ignoring it.
Well,
Yeah, you're only seeing the stuff you want to see.
I imagine
because
at this point,
you're getting the information from the likes of Fox News and
I imagine
Newsmax and.
Sure. Well, I imagine at this point,
curated.
ICE agents are being overworked. They're getting very little sleep. They're being screamed at all day long. They're getting spit at. You know what? If people would just stay the hell home, let them get the scamoliums out of Minneapolis, they will leave.
They
Once their
aren't
job is
there for
done,
the
they will.
Scamolian.
But hear me out. Hear me out for a second. Because the more that the people
Could you
push back,
stop blaming the Somalians?
hold on. No, that's what this is all about. This is what it all started with Nick Shirley. This all started with Nick Shirley. ICE would not be there if Nick Shirley had not made that video. I'm just telling you, this is all a byproduct of what Nick Shirley
Orange.
did. The expose he did led to this. But now the thing is,
Orange.
the people. But here, hold on.
No.
If people,
If you continue to use racial slurs,
it's not racial.
bullshit. I will kick
Scamolian is
you off.
definitely a racial
No,
slur.
Absolutely not.
You know,
There's
you're
scammers,
making
there's
you're
scamolians, and that's what they're going after. They're scamolians. It's a fact. They are scammers.
well,
stole
but the thing is, wait,
billions
but
of
Orange,
dollars.
Orange,
I'm
you're a
picking-
Christo-fascist. I mean, all the Christo-fascists that are causing this problem and making the country worse. The Christo-fascists, these Christo-fascists that are making everyone's life worse, that are resulting in people, their lives getting lost, babies getting killed. I mean, these Christo-fascists are just causing all these problems ultimately. So
Okay,
is that fair for me to say that? Keep talking about Christo-fascists?
I've never heard the term before. I don't actually care. My point is, if the people would actually help, never heard of it. But that you're changing the subject here.
No, we are addressing you, kind of making assertions that all Somalians are scammers, right?
I
When
never
you
said
say, no,
No.
but the way you say, when you say that, when you use that term, that's what you're implying.
So you're offended by the scammers who are Somalians? Are you
No.
offended by that?
Just say they're going after scammers. If you're just saying they're going after scammers by having to add their nationality to it all the time, even knowing the fact that the leader of the group is not a Somali, you aren't calling them Scamericans because the person running the scam is an American.
Lowell.
You're only worrying about the brown people. And ignoring the white people involved in it. So yes, it is racist.
Oh, they will be
as
dealt with.
fuck.
No, not at all.
Racist as
Absolutely not
fuck.
at all. So if I imitate like an Indian scammer and I say, hello, this is the Microsoft technical support that we're calling about your computer.
Okay, all right. Okay,
I mean,
Orange.
would you think that's...
Orange, you'll want to stop now.
Yeah,
Orange.
you're now you're using racial stereotypes to try and say that
99
you're
So-
not being racist.
But yeah,
We-
99%
we-
of those
Orange?
calls are
It-
Indian. No, I'm just saying,
Orange.
I'm going with facts here. Just hold
That's
on.
fucking irrelevant.
Hear me out.
Orange.
99% of the calls, 99% of the
My
calls
father did not serve 20
pretend
years in the
to
Navy
Microsoft
just to have
are Indian.
idiots
So
like
it's
you
not racist if it's true.
pull
It's not,
stupid things like this.
it's not racist if it's true. If 99% of Microsoft scammers call you are Indian, and I say that, how is that racist, right? I mean, it's not. It's just talking facts.
So it's when you start trying to say that
But that's not what you're saying.
Well, that's what this whole thing's about. That's what the whole thing's about. That's what it,
It's
it
when you
got
stop
started.
throwing in stereotypes and the like in and making it all about race.
Yeah, you add race when you add.
That's when you have a problem.
the fact that you're saying
You don't need to add race in at any point.
now if you're
Well,
if you're
It doesn't
opposed
change the facts.
hold on.
Okay,
Orange?
I'll play by your rule. I'll just say scammers. But it doesn't change the facts that we know what's going on. That whole thing got exposed.
Wait,
You
but don't
already
you
know
don't
it.
you think?
already know it.
Wait, don't you think that we should be going after scammers, or are
Indeed.
only after the Somalian scammers? Is that your point? That
Well,
we
what's
should
the-
only go after Somalian scammers?
Well, what's ICE going after? I mean, what's their interest? What's their level of interest in this?
Their level of interest is just to kick out anyone
Go after
who
the brown
they
people.
they think they don't think is a white citizen, and
Regardless-
also to
Orange.
shoot
It's
anyone
a little-
who gets in the way.
Okay, Orange.
It's a little more specific
Regardless of
than that, though.
nationality and race, should a scammer be allowed to continue to scam?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so here's the problem that we're trying to point out to you is that there are white women involved in this, but you're calling them scamalians, but you're not paying attention to the ringleader who is not Somalia. You seem to be forgetting and omitting that fact.
Yeah, so you
should
got a
we be going
ringleader.
after-
You got a few ringleaders that are white, and then you got tens of thousands that are not. What are you
Tens
supposed
of
to?
thousands? You
Oh,
think there are
man,
tens of thousands of people in these scams?
I think
That's
so.
hyperbole
Oh my
right there.
God.
Oh, I believe so.
To be
Oh my
clear,
gosh.
And not just in Minneapolis, of course. I think this thing goes way above and beyond just Minneapolis and Minnesota. I think it goes.
Okay,
You're
show the
making-
evidence.
you're making a lot
Where's
of
the evidence?
assertions and claims here.
Y-
The point that I'm trying to get you to realize is you seem to want to hand wave the role that white women play in this. Like,
Not at
well,
all.
there's tens of thousands over here. It doesn't change the fact that this is, if it is as widespread as you claim, then it should be about scammers and not about these one specific race of scammers. You keep putting a focus on the race of one section of the scammers
Well, that's what's
rather
got the
than talking
attention.
about what should be a systemic problem. So,
It should be. You're right. You're right. It should be, but it's not. So ICE is in there
but
for a
you're-
specific,
by
a
you
specific
calling them,
reason.
but Orange, by you calling them scamalians, you are perpetuating the very problem you claim to want to stop.
Oh, I'm not here to stop
Focus
anything.
only in
I'm
one
here to.
area rather
No,
than on the kingpins, rather than on the systems that were in place that got taken advantage of,
No,
rather than talking about the reason behind the reason. You just want to talk about the race of one section, no matter how big or small
overthinking
you want to claim it is. You want to keep focusing on the race rather than the problem. That's
you're
why
overthinking it.
Hold on, Orange.
You aren't thinking about it.
Yeah,
Wait, it's really simple. It's so simple. No. I mean, I really haven't gotten to get 2 minutes of just to explain how simple this is. I mean, it's really so simple. It's too
Simple?
simple.
Can you do it without racism?
It really is. A guy goes a YouTube. Hear me out. A guy goes in. He makes a YouTube video about a big problem. Other people start also getting involved too and start doing research. And the videos are by the thousands of people, boots on the ground, so to speak. People checking out their own states, their own cities, and they're also seeing the same problem, right? The problem gets to be so big that Trump can no longer ignore it. A full week goes by before Trump finally addresses it. He sends ICE in to get the perpetrators, whatever you want to call them or however you want to phrase them. He sends
But he's
ICE
not.
in.
He's going after the brown people.
He's
Yeah,
sent ICE in
rather
to
than
deal
going
with-
after
going after the brown people.
going after
He's
the
been-
kingpins.
he's-
Send the FBI.
He's been
Send
talking
the
about
police.
he's been talking about the
Orange,
kingpin.
your position is indefensible. You are,
No.
you are apologizing and enabling
No.
fascism.
Oh no, heavens no, that's ridiculous. That's the most
It's
ridiculous
not
thing I've heard.
ridiculous because
How many times has Trump called out Tim Walz because of ringleading this problem? He's called him out on it many times. So don't say that the white people are not getting called
I'm
out.
sorry,
It's
are
just-
you now
it's just-
claiming that Tim Walz is the ringleader?
well,
Is that what you're
he-
saying now?
Oh, for sure. I mean, everybody knows it. I mean, you.
Oh
you-
my
this,
you
Michelle?
even know it.
That's what
Wait,
you're saying.
wait.
You
So
know
this, I
You-
love this. I love this evidence. Everybody
it.
knows. Everybody knows.
You already know.
Perfect.
Oh, you already know. You already know it. You don't. need me to
Everybody
convince you.
knows.
Or
Everybody
know it.
knows that Trump is a pedophile. Everybody knows.
Rather
Whatever.
than going with the trust me bro school of evidence, do you have any documentation? Do you have any evidence that supports the claim that Tim Walz is the ringleader of this problem?
Reach down into your heart. You already know it.
Oh my God!
Okay, that's ridiculous. Sorry, that's ridiculous.
Wait a
Now,
minute.
you want-
Wait. Orange. You gotta be this has gotta be you just like trolling, right? You don't actually believe that, right?
Of course I do. Of course I do.
Okay, deep in your heart. So Orange, deep in your heart, is Trump a pedo? Is Trump a pedophile? Deep in your heart. I mean, like,
No.
be honest. Deep in your heart. No, no,
this.
deep in your heart, you know it. You know
Is he a
it.
rape
No,
or
no,
more?
I don't.
Orange, he's a
Morally, is
rapist.
he a
He's a
rapist?
rapist.
No, I don't know
Deep in
that.
your hearts, you know it. Deep in your heart, you know it. I know you know it. Deep
It's
in
a
your
little different.
heart, I know you know that he molested little girls. I
No, I
know
don't
you
know that.
do.
No, you
I
do.
know you do. I know you
Orange,
do.
you
I'm
just played
serious. I know
yourself.
you do.
No, I already know. You know.
No,
The walls.
just look,
You know it.
think deep inside your,
You haven't got,
in
you haven't
your,
got deep.
in
You
your
haven't,
heart.
you
You already
haven't
know.
gone deep
You
enough.
already know it. No, you already know it. You already know it about Tim. I mean, you can deflect all you want, but you already know it. I'm just telling you.
Okay, Orange.
Well, the good thing is that at least Tim Walz is not a pedophile like Trump. So, wait. So
Yeah.
do you? So wait. So,
Baseless
Orange. Do you
accusations.
think? Wait, Orange. Do you think that Trump is a Christian?
No, not whatsoever. I mean, he
Okay.
says he is.
Okay.
But deep in
But
your
you
heart,
know he's lying. Deep in your heart, you know he's lying, right? That he's
I
just
do.
using
Of
the
course.
Christian nationalists for its own manipulative needs, right?
Yeah, it seems that
He
way.
loves the attention that they give him, where they treat him like Jesus, like a savior. You know,
Right.
he loves that, right? He loves it,
Oh
but
yeah.
he absolutely is not a Christian. He doesn't know the Bible. He's never read the Bible, but he pretends, right? You know that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
I saw that.
And that's why he's a pedophile, right?
Well, I don't, that's a
Deep
pretty
in your
big
heart,
leap.
you know that. Oh,
No,
come on.
not
Deep
at
in
all.
your heart. Epstein,
Not at
Epstein
all.
files. Deep in
No,
your heart,
not,
you know that he doesn't want to release the Epstein files and using this whole thing as a distraction, right? Deep in your heart, you know that.
absolutely not.
No, deep in your heart.
Nope.
Serious? No, come
Not
on.
at all.
no,
Not
no,
one,
Come on.
one
We,
bit.
we
come
know.
on,
We
Not even
know.
no.
no,
No.
admit it.
Everyone
Admit it.
knows.
Admit it. Come on. No, seriously. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Deep in your heart.
Show me proof. Where is it?
Wait, what?
No, 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 no.
You
Deep
want
in your heart, you
proof?
Yeah.
No. Come on, Orange. Deep in your heart, you know. Deep in your heart, you know this.
Come on, man. You know it's there. Let it.
Deep in your
You
heart.
have to be honest with yourself. All
No,
right.
I
No.
don't.
So
I don't.
I think we've had enough of this one. So I do want to.
Sorry, Orange, you just played
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
I agree.
Q, deep in your heart, you want to move on.
What's that?
I said,
What's
deep
that?
in your heart, Q, you know you want to move on.
Yes, that's right. Okay. So I don't know if I want to dig into this. So one of the other topics, let's see if I can bring it up, that came up is a comment that I had made about. So there's a guy that I call Pirate Coon. Oh shoot! I didn't mean to do that.
Aw.
And and he keeps on asking, "What is a woman?" So I actually gave an answer to it, and he just didn't like it. And now what he's saying is, and we can discuss this. So he's talking about, so why did he say on live stream that he doesn't believe trans women if they don't try? What does that mean? Why did it matter how they looked? If anyone can self-identify as a woman, then what is the issue? If you don't believe your own definition, why would I listen to you? So first of all, I don't care that this troll, and he's actually like a worse troll than you are. Why would I care whether he believes me or not? But to give you the background, what I said was that part of gender is, is a social construct, and that individuals are essentially signaling what their gender is. It's their, you can say it's part of their social performance or whatnot. But a trans woman would signal that she wants to be treated as a woman. So some of the things that they would do is, wear, clothing that cis women would wear, whatever the social norm is in terms of how how a woman looks or behaves, that they would do that. However, the case that a lot of people bring is like, what if some guy that's big and burly and looks, with a beard and muscles, and he just says, "I'm a woman, so I can go into a restroom." And my response to that was that a trans woman would not do that. Just claiming that they're a woman is not part of the gender. The gender is a larger social construct than whatever you just say it is. So a trans woman has spent years and years and their entire life trying to look and behave and appear to external society as a woman. So the person that does this, who just says, "I'm a woman, so I'm going to go into the restroom," is not a trans woman. It's someone who just trying to make an idiotic point. And what I was saying is that in that case, no, that person is not being a trans woman. So when he says, why don't I believe trans women? I'm not disbelieving a trans woman. I'm believing a man who's trying to, troll and have fun at the expense of the trans people. So if Pyrakun is listening, that is my response. And I bring it up because I think, Orange, you are probably not for the transgenderism, and I would imagine you would think that they have some mental illness and that they really should they are actually males and they should behave like a man, because from your point of view, the biological sex is directly linked to gender. Am I putting you or putting your point in a fair light?
Yeah, I think I'd say that's pretty fair and accurate. I mean, the Bible is quite clear on these things, and so I'd adhere to.
No, come on. The Bible doesn't say anything about transgenderism.
No, it doesn't, but it does talk about men leaving the natural use of their bodies. I mean, there are a few things that seem to indicate that this could have been something that even existed back then. I don't, it's
You're just walking
is
your own
flying
belief,
in natural
reading
use.
your own belief into the text.
Let me pull up the scripture. I know there's a very specific one on.
Do you know what the verse is?
Yeah, let me take a look here.
Okay.
Give me one. Okay, Romans chapter 1, verse 27, it talks about, likewise also the males have left the natural use of the female. Okay, so this is more homosexuality, so my mistake here, but it became violently inflamed in their lust towards one another, males with males working what is obscene and receiving in themselves the full penalty which is due for their error. So that wasn't exactly the one I was looking for, but...
Orange, you do know that...
Oh, here it was. I found it. I'm sorry. It's the verse right before that. That is why God gave
Romans what?
Romans 1:26.
Oh, 1:26. Okay.
Yeah. Where it says, that is why God gave them over to disgraceful sexual passion, for their females changed the natural use of themselves into one contrary to nature. I'm going to read that. For the females changed the natural use of themselves into one contrary to nature. So
it's exchange natural intercourse.
So
they wore clothes, they walked the streets, they lived in houses. That's all unnatural.
Yeah, Orange. I have a very serious question for you.
Sure.
So for somebody like myself who sees your Bible as a collection of fantasy short stories,
sure.
You just read that to me, and my response is, so what?
That's fine.
You've given me no reason to care about your position because you quoted a series of fantasy stories to me. So what?
Well, I was asked what my view was, and since my view is based on the Bible.
Okay. Right. But that's sort of like saying if I base my worldview on Harry Potter.
Sure. Absolutely.
John,
except they don't view the Bible as Harry Potter.
John, can I just jump in there and just defend Orange here? He was specifically asked to, he made a comment about that, and he is responding to a question, so it is fair enough for him to do that. But the problem is that this verse doesn't do what he says it does. If you want to pop that verse up on the screen, QC. It just doesn't say the thing that that Orange thinks it says.
Well,
It's
I think
clearly about
Laura, just
homosexuality.
to respond back to you real quickly. I get that he was. I get and respect the fact that he was responding to a direct question. I guess on a bigger note, my point is,
let's just deal with the direct question first, and then we can step it back after.
Yeah, that's fair. My bad.
So, that's fine. But I appreciate too when you connect the scripture with like in Genesis where God says He made male and female.
Now you're reading your own meaning into the word.
Well,
you can connect
are you saying
anything with
God
anything
didn't
and make your own.
Are you saying God didn't create male and female to be males
Can
and
I
females?
just type?
But how does that say
Wait,
that God?
wait, hold on.
No, I was just
Wait,
asking.
hold on. Oop,
I'm just
what were you
asking.
saying?
Yeah. Orange,
no.
you do know that in Judaism they acknowledge 7 different genders?
I've never heard of such a crazy thing.
Well, you better look it up because it's in the Talmud.
Well, I'm not a Jew, nor do I adhere to Judaism, but
but you believe in the Old Testament.
Yeah, you're following the Old Testament words.
But
so
also, when the Jews put Jesus to death,
no, that is bullshit. He did not break the covenant or make a new one.
Terminated his covenant.
It wasn't. It wasn't the Jews. It was God. Remember, it was the guy. It was God. God was the one who planned it all out.
Or do you believe that the God of the Old Testament is a separate God to the New Testament God?
Well, okay, I think we're kind of drifting off topic. We're talking about transgenderism, and I'd love to talk about some of these other things too. But I love talking about this also. But the thing is,
but this verse isn't about transgenderism, right?
God made male, God made females. I mean, it's just that simple.
He's just
It's like people overthink it. I believe they overthink it. God made males, God made females. And if anyone adheres to creation, that's the way it is. If you don't adhere to creation, then I guess, yeah, you can mutilate your penis into a vagina. Hey, you got the freedom.
So God made Adam from dust.
What about
and then
people then?
Question. Being that we can observe the physical nature of transgenderism in the brain of people using MRI scans, that demonstrates that person has physical characteristics of what they're claiming. So you're just focusing on their junk and not what's going on in their brain, and saying, well, God made their junk, and therefore you ignore what God made in their brain. Why shouldn't you pay attention to what God made in their brain?
I think you should pay more attention to those who were transgender for a number of years and said that was the biggest mistake of their life. There's so many that are coming out now saying,
yeah, they are so fucking rare. It's ridiculous.
No, not at all. They're coming out and suing. Well, they're suing. There's so many lawsuits going on because they were convinced that this is the way.
What is so many? How many?
Yeah. I don't know. We can quantify that. I mean, they're not.
Wait. You can't quantify it, but you can say there's so many. Which is it? So many, or you don't know the number?
Well, I mean, do you watch the statistics yourself? I mean, it's sufficient enough. It's sufficient.
Well, that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking.
It's sufficient
because
enough.
Apparently you have a number. You have a number to be able to say there's so many.
It's sufficient.
What is a sufficient number?
Oh my goodness.
What is a sufficient enough number?
Goodness. Let me answer. It's sufficient enough for all kinds of class action suits to come forward, right?
Wait, what's that number?
What's the number of people where they look at their head in an MRI with an MRI and say, "Oh, see, look, that's female brainwaves in a male body."
Well, I mean, we can look up the study and we can give you the numbers.
All of a sudden, you're changing your story.
No.
Here's the question. Here's the thing. If there are millions of transgender people, and 100 people are upset about something to do with their gender,
their transition,
that's sufficient for a class action lawsuit. Does that mean that so many people are coming out?
Well,
like honestly, 100 people out of millions. And therefore you're saying that it's overwhelming, we should pay more attention to them. Do you pay any attention to the people who say People blocked me from being who I want to be. And as a result, now I've got to go. I can't live like this anymore. I'm ending it. Do you pay any attention to those?
So
No.
you have a valid. Let me break down, because you brought up two different issues here, and they're good. You brought up a valid point that, well, maybe it's just 100 people, and that they're loud enough that the 100 people are creating a
On
shadow
your
of
side
the
of
millions,
politics, they are.
and that could be. So I don't know those numbers. I just know that people have spoken out. I know that there are class action lawsuits against doctors,
Can I
nurses.
bring up
I can give you an answer to the numbers.
that
It's
they did
overwhelmingly
do
happy.
some studies on people regretting surgery, and people who'd had, there was a percentage for people who'd undergone operations as transgender, but they rated a lower percentage than people who'd had hip surgery or knee replacements.
Sure.
There are all these other manners of surgery whose percentages
Are worse. Yeah.
Are they?
had
I
more
don't know.
people regretting.
I don't know, but I only brought that up just because of the matter of the MRI, right? So,
That tells you that.
MRI says it's physical.
I think that
Yeah.
it's a rare. I think a lot of people are affected by their peers. I think a lot of the 5-year-olds are being told by their peers. No, seriously, I think
Bullshit.
5-year-olds
No.
are being told by
Sorry,
their
but
peers,
no. That's
your
just
boy,
People who are regretting their knee surgery, they're affected by their
absolute
peers.
garbage.
No, they're being indoctrinated at an early age. They are. They're being indoctrinated in
No, I'm sorry,
school
but that's
at an
complete
early
crap.
age. No, it's no, that's
absolute bullshit. You cannot see brain structure on an MRI from someone being indoctrinated.
no, you can't. You're right. You're right.
But you
Yep.
can see brain structure on trans people. So your hypothesis cannot be true.
You're
It's
saying
just wrong.
so. You're saying every trans person has had the MRI.
No, now you've moved the goalpost to every trans person. No, trans people shouldn't need MRIs to say I'm a trans person. Fuck off and let me be who I want to be.
So an
People
11-year-old
don't need it. No, stop.
becomes
People do
trans.
not need a stop. Let me finish. People do not need an MRI to prove that they're a gay person. They live as a gay person. They get to choose as a gay person. The process within the identification of trans people kick out like more than 75%, in some cases up to 90% of the people who are children who are sent to those clinics to be as potential trans do not make the cut because they're the people you're talking about. They weed them out. It takes years of work. Nobody gets any sorts of surgeries or drugs that modify their body until they've been there so long and they've had a chance to really, really know who they are. And that's why it is so vanishingly tiny, the number of people who regret the transition. It's microscopically tiny. Yes, there are people who have. Of course there are. People are people. But it is so tiny. There's almost no other surgery that you can get or no other healthcare you can get that people are less happy about. That people are more happy, less unhappy about.
Yeah,
It's
no, I
just
understand.
garbage.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So,
but I think overwhelmingly, I think greater than 50% of Americans, more than 50%, are troubled by reports about indoctrination of even people in the LGBTQ community are
lying.
Okay, by the way, can I just get confirmation that you're not just throwing out stuff, just making stuff up? Where are you getting greater than 50%?
Polls. There have been all kinds of polls. And I know polls are what polls are. But
The problem with
deep
polls
in
is
your
you
heart,
gotta
you
look
know
at
the
the
polls are
haven't-
true, right?
Hold on. No,
You
I
see,
never
I'm-
even said.
I think it's probably right.
Hold on. I never even finished a statement of what greater than 50% was, what I thought greater than 50% was the opinion of, and you're attacking me, and I didn't even finish my sentence.
You were talking about,
You're
what
just
was it?
putting things out the air.
You were just
You
like
are
poisoning
comparing
the
the
well,
LGBT.
No, no, no,
by
no,
talking about.
no. Do you honestly think that I'm wrong when I say that more than 50% of Americans are disturbed by indoctrination in the
No, that's what I
early
mean by poisoning the well. If
no, no,
you ask
no.
someone, are you troubled by the indoctrination of what's happening to these students who are taken to schools and come back as a different gender?
Young
Majority of the
students.
people are going to say,
No,
yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't think
that's
that's
not what I was
right.
no, that's not what I was going to say. I'm talking about the indoctrination of transgenderism,
You
LGBTQ things
can't
in
indoctrinate
kindergartens,
people.
You are
first graders.
That's
you
not
are
indoctrination. That's
literally
just
That's
you're
wrong.
just
creating
Hold on,
poisoning the
hold
awareness.
on,
well.
hold on. Let me finish this. Let me finish
Orange,
this.
you'll want to
Hold on.
stop now.
No.
Part of your brain.
When they put an LGBTQ flag in a kindergarten classroom, that's a bunch of crap. That's a bunch of garbage. And when they start promoting that stuff to kindergartners and first graders,
Orange, you'll want to stop
Promoting.
no,
treating
no,
LGBTQ
Again, that's
as
just
a
creating
rival.
awareness.
I'm telling
No,
you that
orange,
even people from the LGBTQ community are saying
orange,
that this is wrong. When
orange,
people, no, hear me out. Hear me out. One last comment. One last comment.
orange,
Orange,
One last
your
comment.
point is
orange. No, no.
indefensible.
People
You've had
from
your say.
when people
You've
from the
had your
LGBT
opinion.
community
Okay.
say
If you want
that
to
this is
start claiming
wrong,
your opinion is
this
fact,
is
you
wrong,
need to
that they're
back it up.
hammering when people from the community
No,
are saying this is
orange,
wrong.
orange.
Wait, hold on. Okay,
Community,
stop,
This
stop,
is not a
stop,
party political
community,
stop, everyone.
broadcast. Okay.
Stop.
LGBTQ
Just
community
stop, everyone.
itself.
Stop, everyone. Orange, just stop right.
Orange,
I just want to I
orange.
just want to say. So, Orange, the issue that everyone is having is when you say you're essentially begging the question. Oh, indoctrination of little kids. I mean, it is almost as bad as saying that little kids are going to school and then coming back as a different gender.
That's
You're
not what
just
I didn't say that at all.
no. Of course, you're not saying that, but I'm saying it's almost as bad.
No,
Because you're talking about indoctrination. Just letting kids be aware that there are other different types of people. To you, is indoctrination, but it isn't. It isn't
come on.
indoctrination.
Oh, come on. First graders don't need to hear that crap. Seriously,
Yeah,
you're
but
gonna
they
talk
do get to hear
about
about
the
the sex
girls.
of their
No, no,
parents.
no. You're gonna tell me that a first grader should hear that? Hey, your mommy and daddy told you you're a little girl, but maybe you're a little boy instead. I mean, that's a bunch of crap.
Who is saying that? Who is saying that to little
Who
kids?
says that? Like, have you gone to every single
This is
school in every single
this is not
district
actually
and
getting
actually
away
heard
from.
that?
You
Oh
keep
my
saying
God.
this
Okay,
Orange.
apparently you're not paying attention.
and over.
Yeah,
You're
Orange.
saying
Can
this-
you not
The
stop
problem with
citing?
that-
Can
if
you
you don't
stop
believe,
citing your opinion as fact?
yeah,
okay,
at several
okay,
at
let's do
several
this
points
then.
in time
Would
here,
you
we've
would you
asked you, Orange.
denounce? Would
Orange.
you publicly denounce a school then that was doing it? Let me ask you. Yes or no? It's a simple
Orange,
question.
can you
Okay,
shut up?
which
Schools
school?
doing
Wait,
it.
which school? Let's
Doesn't
just talk
matter.
about that one school. Which school?
It
Which
doesn't
school?
matter. If you found out
It
that this,
doesn't matter.
It matters.
no, it doesn't.
We're
If the
If a
asking a
school
school,
doesn't
school.
hold on,
exist, it
hold on, yes or
matters.
no? Yes or
Here's the
no?
problem
If
with
a
that, Orange.
school, if you
Orange.
found out, no, hold on. If you
Orange.
found out
Hold
that a
on. No,
school
no,
was
you're trying to hold
telling
on.
first graders
I want to ask
that
you.
their gender is wrong,
keep
would
wanting.
you
You
publicly
Orange,
denounce the school?
orange.
Right, but the thing is,
Orange.
Orange. The thing is, like there are Christian schools where they're committing child sacrifices and mutilating babies and drinking their blood, and I don't think Christians should do that. I think if I did a study and asking everyone what do you think about Christians drinking baby blood, I think majority of the people would actually find Christianity horrible,
So are you saying it's not
and we
happening?
should outlaw Christianity.
Are you
No,
saying
I'm
that?
asking you just saying
So
that, oh,
it's
it
not
happens,
happening.
and I don't need to tell you where it happens because I
Okay,
heard it
but it's
on
not happening.
Twitter. That's not sufficient.
Oh, then what are all these parents going to all these school board meetings so
So where
upset
is it?
about the first graders?
Because
It's
they're
all
upset
bullshit.
by
No,
people like you who are saying
oh
that kids are getting
my goodness.
indoctrinated.
Oh my
Because they're
goodness. There's
upset
so
about
many
true
parents.
stories that they
Promoting
think.
awareness is not indoctrination.
So
It's
many,
just making you aware that this shit is
there's
happening right now.
so many parents going to school board meetings that are expressing their concerns. Some of them get arrested. Most of them get kicked out because of expressing their concerns. This stuff is all over Twitter. I mean, this is
Yeah,
not
because they think they
because
go
they're
to these
first graders and
they go
second
to
They're,
these
they're not
meetings
being kicked out
and
for expressing their
indoctrinated with
concerns.
LGBTQ
wait,
ideals. They're
Yeah.
upset.
So when these parents go and say that
Orange,
schools are putting in
orange,
kitty litter,
orange.
What's that? What now? I think
but there are parents who went and thought that schools have like litter boxes in bathrooms because of all these furry kids,
Why are
right?
you deflecting? Why are you deflecting?
That's what they thought, and they were upset, and they went in, and they thought that was happening.
You're
It
deflecting.
wasn't happening.
It's happening.
Oh, come on.
They're not eating the dogs. They're not eating the cats. It's not happening.
Again, you're deflecting. That's fine. That's fine. But parents.
No,
No,
this is exactly
no, the
right.
point. I'm making a point,
Look,
and you're not getting the
look.
point.
No, I
Orange,
got your
he's
point.
doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
No,
You
the
you
point
can
is
tell
made.
immediately. You could tell immediately that I was being fallacious, right? You
Of
could
course.
tell immediately
Of course.
because it was so obviously fallacious.
So then, if you found out that a school, and what difference does it make if a school
Hey.
was teaching 1-year-olds, or not 1-year-olds, but first graders, that their
What is
gender
a school?
wrong?
What school? What
What
school?
Orange,
difference does it make?
can
We're talking about first graders. We're talking about first graders in general. If first
Yeah, what
graders
school?
found out
One
first
school where
graders
this
being-
is
who
happening.
can I-
cares? Who cares?
can I just have a comment
I'm,
here?
I'm
Can-
giving you
That's
a
called a hasty generalization fallacy. You're just putting everyone into a box and saying it so.
No, I know. I'm giving
Hang
you a
on.
hypothetical
If
scenario.
you
Hold
don't
on,
have
hold
any
on, hold on,
evidence
hold
to
on,
back up
hold
your
on.
claim,
Hold on. I started this if. I said
Okay,
if.
all
Hang
right.
on, Orange. I
Go ahead.
wanted to join. Orange?
If. I said if. I was very clear over and over again. If a
No. I
school-
want to back
if-
it up more.
So this is a hypothetical scenario. If a school
So not an actual
is
school then.
indoctrinating
Yeah.
we're not talking about an actual
LGBTQ
school. What are you
ideals in
talking
a
about?
first grader, would you denounce that? Would you denounce that? It's a
If
simple
you're
Wait,
not talking
but-
about an actual
You say
school,
that's
what is the
right or
relevance of
wrong.
your question?
No, it's a simple.
Your question is
Yeah.
irrelevant.
So
because you're not
I
trying to-
would. So wait. So I will deny any schools that are eating the dogs and eating the cats. I'm gonna
Yeah.
come right out and say that. Okay. If
Yeah.
there are any churches that are performing child sacrifices and eating the babies after they molest them, I am against that.
The inside of the sheep forever.
This
So,
is going to be a
talking
tough
about-
one to put up.
Yeah,
I'm
orange,
talking about a
orange.
school that
Okay.
indoctrinates children about sex things that are not necessary at a first grade level.
But you keep talking
Yes.
about the hypotheticals when we keep asking you for evidence that
Yeah.
this is happening at
Well,
all.
Sorry.
Well,
Can
Wait,
I-
but okay.
that's the
So
whole point-
wait.
that's the
So
whole point of
to
the
address
hypothetical.
Orange's
whole
point,
Yeah,
if
no, but
if
we're all
if
talking
there
about it.
if there are schools that are teaching explicit sex to first graders, I am against that.
But
So tell me which one is doing that.
Well, good. So that's all I needed to hear. I was posing a hypothetical scenario. If a school was
Yeah.
doing that,
it's part of
If they're
the same
if
garbage.
they're
Right, but
if they're
Orange,
teaching explicit sex, yes, I am against that. If
We all
the
agree to
teacher
that.
is going up front, going completely nude and doing sex acts in front of babies, in front of little kids, I am against that. I will go out on a limb and say that I'm against that.
oh man. there's
So are
much
you
more.
happy now?
But-
Are you happy now?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I mean,
Now,
helpful.
sorry, can I jump in there now?
Yeah.
Orange, I'd like to back us back to the point where you were sort of talking about saying that there's all these people going to school board meetings, and QC gave a great example of people going to school board
my
meetings
hand
about the kitty litter boxes. They were infuriated. They were going to the school meetings about kitty litter boxes, saying this shouldn't be happening. It's terrible. They're over the place. It didn't happen. It wasn't true. They'd heard bullshit stories on Facebook and X and wherever else they were getting their lies from. Probably the right-wing media as well. And then they were going and doing that. This is what you're using as the example for the people going to school boards to complain about children being indoctrinated. They're hearing these stories. Yes, they believe the story is real. So they hear the story, they go to the school and complain, and then you're using them going into the school and complaining as evidence that the story was real.
How many times has that happened? How many times has that happened?
That's exactly what happened
As
with
as
the,
many
with the-
times as what you
as
just claimed.
all that was what you were using as your example. The people going to the school to complain about a thing that wasn't happening. It just wasn't there. So it just like
Wow.
the kitty litter boxes, they weren't there, but the people did go there. So I'm going to prove that the kitty litter boxes are there because all these people went to school to complain about the kitty litter boxes. That was your
So,
argument.
from my vantage point, I've never seen a school board meeting where a parent went there and accused them of putting litter boxes in there. I'm sure it's happened. I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just saying
There are
I've
there are
seen,
videos, by the way.
but I
There are
have seen
videos.
tons of videos where parents have been upset about the indoctrination of LGBTQ ideas in the school, and even members of the LGBTQ community have denounced those actions. Why are
Yeah,
they
that's
doing that?
all the nut
Why are
picking stuff.
people
Sorry,
why are
James.
Again, you're
these
confusing
people
indoctrination with spreading awareness.
But that doesn't
well,
mean the indoctrination is actually
Orange.
happening.
Orange.
People
I think you're just
complaining
living in
about
denial.
indoctrination
Doing
is
their
not
I
the
culture.
same thing as indoctrination happening.
I
This
think
is
Yeah,
you're
what
living
you
in
need to
denial.
understand.
to say
You're living
real
in
things.
denial. I mean, it is happening, and you're in denial. I mean, it's not
You have
happening
no
as much
evidence.
anymore.
Denial.
Complaints about
No
something does
evidence
not
is
mean that thing
complaining.
exists.
Well,
Orange, I
parents.
have serious doubts about your
Denial.
ability to, to discern
You're
fantasy from reality and the
you have no
hypothetical from the
evidence that
actual.
indoctrination is happening.
Okay, so
All you
so for
have is your
next time,
opinion.
wait. So next time, I think, and it's unfair to ask Orange to come up with this on the drop of a hat. So Orange,
Why?
if you can come back next week,
Put in the
I
because
would
you
evidence.
can
love to.
actually share your screen. So you could if you
Oh,
could have some of this prepared, and we can
sure.
look through them, and
Okay.
we can discuss whether this is actually indoctrination or the school saying that you should not go and harass LGBTQ members. They're people just like us. That's not indoctrination, FYI. So we will kind of table this discussion,
Okay.
and I'm actually going to end a little bit early because there's some offline discussion that the group of
It's
us
not early.
have to have. What's
Okay.
that?
Am I,
Yeah,
am I in
it's
trouble?
not early.
No,
Not
no, no.
tonight.
It's not.
Not
Okay.
tonight.
It's not like.
Yes, we're gonna send you to your room without dinner.
Yeah, so much.
For the week.
Wait.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
So
that's bad. That's
Blarg,
bad.
it's just that when I usually start
We'll
to try
send ice
to
round.
when I try to end, it usually takes half an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, that is probably
That-
true.
that-
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
need to,
yeah.
we need to shut it
Okay.
down now.
I'm gonna
But
say
yeah,
one last thing. I'm gonna say one
Orange.
last thing. I love you all.
yeah,
I
yeah.
really do. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I love you all. I love
Well,
this
but you
discussion. So
well, but
You're in
it's
so much
love
trouble.
like a
You're
Christian
being
love, right?
invited back next
yes,
week.
and like a
Orange,
brotherly
I
love.
also apologise for getting a bit heated there. That I just
Oh, that's
blamed that
okay.
I'm not
No, I'm
100%
fine with
yet.
that. I'm fine with that.
Um,
That's okay. You're good, brother. You're good.
yeah, was I going?
And by the way, Orange, I mean the thing is like there are people who would be very or are very offended at kind of disparagement against LGBTQ people, because
Sure.
I'm sure there are plenty of us who know or who have loved ones who are
Mm-hmm.
gay or part of the LGBTQ community.
Same
So
here.
to them, it actually feels like a direct attack on
Okay.
them.
Yeah. I
You
don't.
get that, right?
Yep. I don't mean it that way at all. So, and I do
Well,
have friends in the LGBTQ community. I have no problem in that regard. But these questions aren't regarding that specifically. But
yeah,
even they, oh, man, I should have one of them come next week. Oh, if I can do that, that'd be great.
yeah.
So I might have a special guest with me. We'll just share the same microphone if I can pull this off.
Also,
Someday.
look up the nut picking fallacy before you come back.
Nut picking.
Nut picking
And
fallacy.
it has
Do you
that has
have a
nothing to do. No,
do you
that
have a
has nothing to do
camera?
with
Do you
LGBTQ.
have a camera on me right now? Is that why you're talking about nut picking? What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, look up nut picking fallacy because you do a lot of it, and you really do need to learn how to why that's inappropriate.
One of the speaking of
What's
punishments for Orange, one of the punishments that the Morris brothers, loved to deal out was copy bits of the Vulgate out by hand, and I'm forever thankful for that because it got me to read the Bible and
Morris.
know what's really good. It also helped my Latin because the Vulgate is written in Latin,
right?
And yeah, that was one of their great punishments, was write out the Bible in Latin. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Well, that's
Loved them.
that would be a tough challenge for me to do. I can barely handle English as it is, let alone taking on a dead
Yeah.
language like Latin.
I'm also glad they never actually read over it.
No doubt. No, seriously, I
right.
love you all. I
Hope
love
to
you all
see
like
you next week,
brothers.
mate.
I love you all like brothers, and I look forward to next week. Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
All right. We'll see you next
Yeah,
week.
so actually it'd be pretty cool if you could like,
Yeah.
bring someone from the LGBTQ community, you said?
Yes. Yep. I know somebody who's gay.
And some sources.
I have to make sure my facts are straight on whether he's part of LGBTQ specifically or not. I don't know. I need to make sure. I assumed he was, but that would be maybe is a wrong assumption. But let me find out.
Oh,
Because-
don't worry,
no,
Orange.
he's
A
had
lot of your facts
interesting-
have been straight.
Well, I'm never going to claim to be perfect. I'm never going to claim to be perfect, but so I'm just going to. I'm sharing with you my objective on things, so that's where it stands.
All right. Okay. So we do, of course, appreciate having different opinions. And it was definitely heated, but it was interesting.
Loved
to
it.
say the least.
Yeah.
And Craig, I mean, I can understand why this whole thing was upsetting. I'm not as close to some of this as maybe some of you guys are, but yeah, I don't like seeing that type of attitude. But yeah, so I am going to close here, and thanks again to everyone in the live chat, including Tuna, and who else is in there. I don't think we had anyone else in there. So all right. So next week we'll have Orange back, and maybe besides just a trans issue, we can talk about homosexuality, and especially in regard to Christianity. I'll say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So,
and I feel bad because I only just noticed on the left-hand side of the screen is the chat thing. I never even noticed that, and people were talking, and I feel bad that I didn't address some of those things that were said in the chat. But
It's
now
also
I know.
not all of the chat, unfortunately, because some of that doesn't get brought over, which is annoying as fuck, because I tried to put up a couple of posts earlier that, it just refused to bring over. I tried to say, if you want to deal with crimes of scammers, you send in law enforcement. If you're a racist, send in immigration to round up brown people. That did not come over, and tried it twice. So, yeah, but that's, from back before. We don't want to get started again.
Sure. Well, I'll at least keep an eye on it, even if I don't get the whole thing. I'll see maybe a couple of comments. If somebody asks me a question, then I can address that. But had a treat. Enjoyed it. Have a good night, everybody.
You will.
all right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
All right.
Right, mate.
Yep. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Challenge your beliefs, let the silence break the silence, shake the faith. Truth survives, the heart is quick. Hold to truth, no more opaque. Reason's voice, it sings so clear through fear we hear. Cut through the noise, dissolve the fear. Rise above what you revere. No more shadows dressed as truth. Light reveals what lies uncouth. No more chains disguised as proof. Reason frees the mind uncouth. Let the evidence ascend. This is fallacy's end. Scriptures written in disguise, veiling men in holy lies. Faith without a place to land, truth that crumbles when it's scanned. Show me logic carved in flame, not a God who hides in shame. Test the world and break blind.